All right, I'm pretty excited about having this episode up, especially since it took me so long to get the previous episode up. I'm happy to see this one up much quicker. That being said, let me show you what I've been dabbling with. So I actually was able to get inside of Blender and create myself a low poly cloud. And then I was able to take that cloud and I went ahead and imported it into Unity. And so I popped it in there. I have it here. I also went ahead and made a script for these clouds. So if I take a look at my scripts for this, I went ahead and made a cloud script. And all this is doing for this cloud script is literally giving it a velocity and telling it when to basically restart. So if I play the game and I'll jump out to where you can see the scene, you'll see the clouds moving along and they'll keep on moving along until they hit a certain point, and then they'll restart at their original starting position. What I really liked about this was I was able to go ahead and log that starting position. So each one of these clouds has the exact same script that's telling them, hey, go that way. And you can see they restart as they need to. And since they all kind of started at a different position, they're actually restarting at a different position because they're hitting that other point. So it actually kind of creates almost a random kind of feel to the clouds once they start moving across the screen. So I'm pretty happy with how the clouds have turned out. The other thing I went ahead and did is I built out the level a little bit more. And I wanted to go ahead and see about adding in another type of element to the site. I mean, I've built websites so long, I'm so used to saying site, to the scene. And that being, I added this little element here. Something else I found out is while this is in play mode, I can actually go ahead and grab my character and be like, okay, I don't want to try to do the whole level. I just want to jump to like right here, right? And then I can switch over to the game. So that's nice for especially trying to figure out diagnostics. And you can see the clouds are scrolling across here. They cast a nice shadow. I'm not entirely happy with the way they look per se. I kind of like I really like the low poly look, and I kind of like the shadow underneath the cloud, but I don't like how I want it to be a little bit lighter. So I'm not really sure about that yet. I'm not entirely happy with that. It also makes the angle that I had to put the light at in order to get the shadows casting on this little area also makes it where it's a little bit dark, especially down below, and I'll show you guys that. But let me not get distracted and show the continuation of this level. So here you jump off and you hit a little bumper. A little bumper, get a little sound effect, and there we go. We hit the spot, and I wasn't sure if like I wanted to do something like, oh, this is the end or not. Honestly, I'm just trying to get used to thinking, what about this? How do I do this? And just code it, right? So I knew I wanted to try to make some low poly clouds. I did that. I knew I wanted to have them scrolling across the screen. I did that. And next thing I was thinking of like, well, what about if I had like a little bumper, almost like Sonic, right? So with Sonic, this is the other cool thing that I did with that. Depending at the velocity you're coming in, so I have on trigger, I have this bumper, and it's grabbing the velocity that you're coming in, making it no longer a negative, and then times it by 2. So that way the force is double that of what you're entering, right? So you need at least the same equal amount of force to stop you, right? And then I'm adding extra force so that way your velocity keeps going up. So that's the math that I did here to get that jump. So what's interesting, if I jump like here, that's not going to be high enough. That's really annoying. But anyway, but yeah, you can see here where I respawned. I like the clouds. I like the shadow that the clouds do. But I don't know if I like how dark everything is. And so I haven't gotten a chance to play with ambient lighting. So I don't know if I want to do that next, maybe. But I do know the next thing I definitely want to focus on is putting some type of backdrop. So right now we just have the generic Unity, skybox and going on and on plane. So what I want to do is go ahead and add some like background back there to kind of give it its own environment. I think the clouds help, but we'll keep on going with this. So and then honestly, I'm getting kind of close to the end of where I wanted to be before I started focusing on one of the very simple game designs that I had jotted down. So I'm not sure. I'd like your opinion. Do you think that I should keep going with this particular level thing? Should I, this isn't really any game idea that I have. This is literally just me messing around trying to be like, oh, what can I do in Unity that I think is developing skills that I'll be able to use in a more complex project. So what should I do next? Should I stick with this? Because if I stick with this, I could try to do like a character and an animation and stuff like that. I could try to take it that further. I could try doing, switching levels or something like that. So I could continue with this particular project, or I could switch to something that is more in line with a game that I actually want to develop and not just the playground for me to mess around in. So you tell me. I'd like to know what you would like to see me do next. I definitely appreciate all of you that do watch my videos, and I want to say thank you and thanks for the support. And I'm having fun getting to see something that I've wanted to do for a long time actually come to fruition. So that's pretty cool. Thank you all.